Hey, good morning, everyone, and it is time for Monday edition of the Stoidum, the show that is on in the morning. We got a very special guest in here, and I just want to say I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. We've got a little bit of weather coming in, so we got to talk a little bit about that, but we also want to talk about a little bit of a recap of the Sing Out Loud, and we have very special guests from our wonderful sponsor, Old Town Trolley. Is in studio with us, and we're going to get to that in just a little bit. But we're going to talk about the Jailbreak 5K, exciting stuff happening later in October. But we got to talk about Bozard Ford because we are in the Bozard Ford studios. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's been a local legacy built on trust, family values, and commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years. Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant on site. Try the 904 burger. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Award, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence, great pricing, friendly faces, and better buying experience just off I-95 and 16. Bozard Ford, they are driven to inspire. All right, we have other amazing sponsors. We have Vitus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, heard of those guys, Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy House. Please support us with those likes. Use those stars. Aiden needs a new pair of shoes. You can follow us on Rumble and YouTube, and just, our sponsors, we can't do it without them, so we really appreciate it. Good morning, guys. Good morning. We have Dave Chatterton in.
Good morning.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
And we got Aiden pushing the buttons. Blake is back tomorrow. His team won yesterday in Ireland, so he's happy. He went to the football game, the Steelers football game in Ireland yesterday, so he's coming back today. So he's happy his team won. Sorry, Barbara-Jean, that it was a really good game, but his team won. All right. Aiden, are you doing all right back there?
Doing great.
Survived the weekend?
Barely, yeah. We made it.
All right. So, all right, it is time for question of the day.
Okay.
All right. Today is National Coffee Day. All right. So I'm not a coffee drinker, but I want to know what everyone's favorite hot beverage is. Everyone's favorite hot beverage. And I think you're a coffee drinker.
I'm a coffee drinker. I drink enough coffee for both of us.
Here,
I've got my
I'm
coffee.
Gonna pull this a little closer to you here. We moved you around. We had some last minute movement in here. So
You know that now I understand. I've always scratched my head why there isn't a coffee machine here, but now I know because you don't drink coffee.
I don't drink
that
coffee.
Makes sense.
I
was actually going to bring a coffee pot for you today. Don't it here?
just because you felt bad.
Well, no.
You felt bad I didn't have a coffee machine.
Well, that makes sense to me.
No,
I
but
get it.
I don't drink coffee. Blake doesn't drink coffee. Aiden, do you drink coffee?
Absolutely not. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Worst thing I've ever tasted.
You're either a coffee drinker or you're not a coffee drinker.
Aiden, you've really dug yourself in there. I mean, that's it.
How do you really feel?
Yeah. Aiden was in here this morning. I don't know if you know this, setting up the 27 cameras that you have in here.
Yeah.
One at a time.
We're a professional organization here.
Yeah.
You know.
No coffee. Just doing it with a big smile on his face. I was impressed.
No. So, okay. So, Aiden, what is your favorite hot drink?
It's obviously not coffee because it's gross. So I think second's it's got to be hot chocolate then. I can't really think of many other hot drinks that are better than that.
My grandmother drank hot tea, and I liked that, but she was a fortune teller, so she'd read tea leaves, and my grandfather, because it freaked him out so much because she was so accurate, like in reading, he wouldn't allow her to read tea leaves anymore because she was predicting like things that was happening, and my grandfather refused to let her read tea leaves anymore.
Oh.
So, but we used to have hot tea when I was a kid, and I liked hot tea, but it just, I got to go with Aiden. I'm a hot chocolate. Hot chocolate's tough to beat.
I like that green sencha with a little local honey.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden, is it Swiss Miss with the little marshmallows?
I think it is Swiss Miss with those little marshmallows on them. The ones that are already in the package that like blow up with the water.
I'm glad that Swiss Miss has hung in there and has crossed many, many generations, and good for you.
Yeah. All right. And we're gonna, Dave, we're gonna do one story, but we do have to do a quick check of the weather. And in case you didn't know, it's wet. It's gonna be very wet all day. It's gonna be, the bands are gonna be swinging in and out, so it's gonna be very wet all day. So be very careful out there on the roads. You know what happens when it rains in St. Augustine? That means people don't know how to drive anymore. So just be very cautious with that. All right, and that quick check of the weather came to us by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best-kept secrets. Bin 39, tucked inside the St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street. With over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 50 points or higher by Robert Parker. It's the perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after-work unwind. Sip by the glass or bottle in the serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday, open daily, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right, it is time for the Hit the Blakes traffic report. I'm not going to say what they say, Aiden, because I can't even say the word they said. But it is presented by Aiden, the Hit the Blakes traffic report.
Pretty standard. No traffic. It is still wet, so be careful out there.
What's the sign say on the upper left?
Crash ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So there is a crash out there somewhere.
So that is 95 at mile marker, looks like 292.
Okay. So it looked like it's popping up as the crash is somewhere down near Palm Coast.
Yeah, if I had to guess, there's going to be a couple crashes today because of the
weather.
Wet conditions. So
yeah,
be careful out there.
Be super, super careful. All right, Dave, this is time for your read. The pressure is always on when the sponsor's in, and I do the read in front of the sponsor, unless you want to do the read.
No, I've heard you do this before. You are amazing. Amazing.
And, of course, we're talking about the incredible Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 21 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including the iconic landmarks like Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's historic hotels. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. John County residents ride free with a full fare guest through the Hometown Pass program at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time. How'd I do?
Great job.
Okay. All right. Whew. It's always pressure. Always pressure. All right. Our story today is about the Sing Out Loud showcase. Some of the numbers did come back. So I want to read through this because it's always an amazing event. I love this event. And Sing Out Loud, very proud of those guys over there and what they were able to pull off. Sing Out Loud draws 25,000 fans over 2-day showcase. Music, once again, proved to be a major draw for visitors in St. Augustine with the Sing Out Loud Festival, September 20th and 21st. The centerpiece, the Live Wildly Showcase at Francis Field, attracted an estimated 25,000 fans. Organizers with the SJC Cultural Events said attendees came from all 50 states and beyond. 14 performances filled 2-day festival, headlined by Hosier, Biba Doobie, Vance Joy, and the Teskey Brothers. The showcase didn't just boost tourism, it also raised $130,000 in support for land conservation efforts right in St. Johns County. Officials said this year's lineup featuring artists of similar styles helped triple the number of 2-day passes sold compared to the single-day tickets that were sold last year, which aligned with the goal driving overnight tourism during the slower time of year. The excitement stretched beyond the festival grounds. Fans at Spinster Abbott got to an unexpected late-night treat with Vance Joy, who delivered a surprise pop-up. Festival organizers called the event a success and on multiple fronts and boosting tourism, raising money for conservation, and strengthening community connection. Lisa Shipley of the Live Lively Foundation added that the strong turnout will directly benefit the Wild Florida and local conservation projects. I love the fact that this helped tourism, which is in September. And Dave, you know about tourism in September. It's always a little, we just are surviving,
Right. Right.
and this weekend gives us that little shot in the arm that we need. But were you able to see any of the events at all?
Okay, so listen, I am so lame. I am the wrong person to ask because you were reading all those band names. I didn't recognize a single one.
To be honest with you, I knew Hoosier.
Yeah.
That's the only one I knew going into it. And I researched all the other ones, and it was a really cool lineup. But we're a little different age than where we're at. Aiden, I mean, going into it, how many bands did you know?
Like 3, maybe.
3. Yeah.
Okay. So. Well, I had some friends from out of town attend the event, and they just said it was absolutely amazing. They travel and they do these festivals all over the country. They said this is one of their their favorites. The amphitheater. I'm so proud of what those guys are doing out there. I mean, that's a class act. That's a very, very well run event. Good for them.
Yeah. Yeah, and most people know my friendship with Gabe, and it goes back years and years, and we've talked about it on the show. But to pull off this is not an easy task.
No.
I mean, it is. It basically, you're building a little city and you're tearing it down, in a matter of 3 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was very, very impressive what they were able to pull off. And the weather was scary on Sunday, but it always happened to hit like in between the acts. There was some of them that played a little bit in the rain, but there was never any lightning. Florida, we always have a chance of lightning, and it just, and they had enough places where you could get away and get out of the rain if you wanted to. So it was really well done. So congratulations.
25,000 people, and how well that event was managed. I'm very impressed by that.
Yeah. Could you see an uptick on your side with the trolleys that weekend?
Well, look, so a festival like this typically isn't great for our business. Yeah. But everything doesn't have to be for everyone.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, good point.
I think that's one of the secret sauce why St. Augustine is so successful. There's such a diverse array of things to do here. It really does attract many different facets of visitors, which is why St. Augustine is doing so well. And I mean, I know it's slow right now, but we're just talking about September being so slow and tourism's been a little soft. But I can tell you, some of our other cities around the country are reporting it's much worse.
They're having a tougher time than we are.
Yeah. So the fact that it's history, it's great culinary experiences, it's eco tourism, it's the beach, it's festivals like this. It's all this stuff makes for a very interesting destination. And I know the hotels did really well, and I suspect some restaurants did really well also.
Yeah, no, our hotels did do very well. But Dave, we brought you in because you guys do so many different charities and different events, and thank you so much for the amazing support you've given Home Again over the years. But we're here to talk about Inc. and the jailbreak, and that event that's happening on October 25th.
Yeah.
So, tell me how long has this been going on, and how did Old Town Trolley get involved in? Obviously, you have the old jail, but how did Inc. and Old Town Trolley come together to make this event?
Originally, I was approached by VeloFest, which was they're not in existence anymore, I don't believe, a bicycle pedestrian advocacy group. And of course, it started out really more of sponsorship. I think our first race was out at the the outlet mall. Eventually, somehow we ended up bringing the race downtown. And used Old Town, which is our little park, as the staging area. We would do back then bicycle rodeos. I have no idea why they call them bicycle rodeos, where we partnered with the
My
sheriff's
bike
department.
bucked me off a couple times.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I got bucked off my bike a couple
Is
times.
that why they call it?
I guess so. I don't know.
So
I'm reaching.
you reach me heavy. I should know that. So the police department or the sheriff's department, I can't remember which, would distribute bicycle helmets to the kids. To get the kids there was great. The next step was we would bring in a half pipe and these bicycle stunt guys, a stunt show to draw the kids in. And then from there, Velo Fest ended up dissolving, and I needed another foundation, a charity.
Mm-hmm.
So I've reached out to the St. Johns County Schools because I'm, like everybody, so proud of our schools here.
Yeah, no, and it is a great organization, and unfortunately, Kathy couldn't make it in.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a support organization that helps out our local schools. They do a lot with the Teacher of the Year. If you're not familiar with what Inc. does out there, but they've really stepped up, helped kind of just boost those teachers and boost the school system for certain things, because there's certain things government can't do.
Yeah.
And the nonprofits have to help and step in, and I know they've done supplies, they've done the pack the bus type situation, and done so many different things. With this, what is one of the goals of the jailbreak for this year with the relationship with UNE? I know you're always trying to build it up, but is there a particular? Do you think there's a particular thing that Inc.'s using this money for, or is that a Kathy question?
No, it's probably more of a Kathy question, but I can tell you, one of the Historic Tours of America really does rely on its local managers
Mm-hmm.
in terms of what organizations we should reach out to and support, because it's different in each of the cities that we operate. My story goes back. I grew up in a sort of a very underserved area, and when just before school would start, we would get the list of all the things that we would need to bring with us on the first day of school, and I didn't have any money. I mean, none of us did, but we would show up to school, and somehow we had everything that we needed. I had no idea how we got these things until, of course, I grew up, and I got these things because there was a teacher who wasn't being paid very much money, who was reaching into his or her own pocket to make sure. I mean, again, it was an underserved area, so it wasn't just me. I mean, it was all the kids, spending money that they didn't have to make sure that we had all of the supplies that we needed to get the best education that we could. And our teachers, of course, didn't have an organization like it.
Yeah.
So when you ask what the goal is, I would say to sell out the race, but that shouldn't be very hard.
Mm-hmm.
It pretty much either sells out or comes close to selling out every year, and to raise money to support our hardworking, amazing teachers and our students.
Yeah, and they also were kind enough to do a promo code for people that are watching the show this morning, and that promo code was
904.
Just type in 904, and that'll save you
20%.
20%, and it's $35 normally. That'll save you about $7.
Yeah.
And everything counts. That's a Chick-fil-A meal. So
It is a Chick-fil-A meal.
well, and what are some of the other sponsors that are going to be at the 5K? I think we talked a little bit about that right before the show.
Yeah, so obviously because we're an entertainment company, this is not your ordinary 5K. We can probably get into to that a little bit more, but for example, the pre warm up is going to be done by Orange Theory Fitness, and then the cool down post race is going to be performed by the AMP Hardcore Fitness group. After the race, it's a point race. Get ahead of ourselves, but it ends at the beach over on Volano Beach, and then we bring you back to Old Town, and then from there there'll be a bunch of different food trucks.
Do you have a trolley or something? You can get them back.
Yeah. Luckily, I know a guy. So
You know
yeah,
a
we
guy,
have
yeah.
a bunch of shuttles, and we bring everybody, back. It's a really nice. It's very unusual to have a point-to-point
Yeah.
race like this,
Well,
but there's a whole story
you-
there.
usually, it's not affordable to rent those, but you guys luckily happen to have
I mean,
some.
luckily, yeah. Which makes and because of that, we were able to design really, really beautiful and interesting, course. And
Well, and it adds the element of the bridge.
yeah, well,
Which-
again, that's the story, right?
Yeah.
So the story is that our sheriff, has heard rumblings from the prisoners about a jailbreak, an upcoming jailbreak. So he decides that he's going to just open up the doors, right? And if somebody wants to make a break for it, go ahead. And you know what? As a matter of fact, he'll even give him a head start, and then he's coming for him. He's coming for them. So so along the way, you'll see our sheriff popping up. The Volano Bridge is that wall that you have to get over to make your break. And then of course along the way, there's so many ways to kind of distract you from the run, including live bands along the pathway, participation from our different school organizations, tons of photo ops and photographers out on the course, and there's we've got some new stuff this year, which you'll have to actually participate in the race to experience.
Yeah, it's always fun, and I'm always distracted by food. So
yeah.
I'm always distracted by food. I'm not gonna lie. All right, Dave. I want to come back to you, and I want to talk a little bit about your amazing organization and how Night of Lights and you guys are preparing for that this upcoming year, because you got the elves again.
We got the elves again.
So I want to talk about that, but right now Aiden's going to do the Gas Buddy gas report. Aiden, go right now.
First off, we have the gate on Mizell at 285, Sunoco on North Ponce at 285 as well, but that's the cash price. Shell on Ponce de Leon is 286. Shell on King Street is 286 as well. The Mobile and Circle K on South Ponce is 286. Owens on South Ponce is 286. A lot of 286s here. Sunoco on South Ponce is at, you guessed it, 286. Shell on North Ponce is at 293.
Ooh, switch it up.
Gate on US 1 North is 296. Circle K on US 1 North is at 296. And that Gas Buddy Gas Report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds is available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved ones out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245.
Great job, Aiden. All right. And now we have our live music today. This is brought to us by visitstaugustine.com. We have Jim Lamb at the Milltop at noon, Reggie Sterrett at Tradewinds at 1, Edwin Barbosa at Ben 39 at 2, Joshua Tennessee Worthy at Milltop at 4:30, Southern Social String Band with Kevin Edwards at Hurricanes Grill and Wings at 5, Bones at Tides at 5, Mark Hart at Tradewinds at 5, Micah Gilliam at 6 o'clock at Prohibition Kitchen. Oh, the legend Bob Patterson at OC White's at 6. Stu Weaver at Harry's at 6. Joe Downing, Salt Life at 6. Melissa Etheridge is, I didn't know she was there tonight, is at Ponte Vedra Concert Hall at 7:30 tonight. All right, and that music report is brought to us by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction. Voted St. Augustine, Best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, Fidus installs GAF lifetime roofing systems and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, give them a call, 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right, we are back to our interview with Dave Chatterton, and Kathy is in the comments. If you guys have questions out there, Kathy, feel free to respond to all those amazing questions from our watchers, and appreciate you joining us in the comments. Sorry you couldn't join us in here today. We all know how that works in the morning, that's for sure. But Dave Chatterton, Old Town Trolley. Now, Inc. is a great organization, but you help out so many different organizations, and your company is not just here in St. Augustine. How many different cities is Old Town Trolley located in?
Believe it or not, we're currently operating in 9 really great markets: Boston, Washington D.C., Nashville, Charleston here. I say Savannah, Key West,
yeah.
San Antonio, Texas, and San Diego, California.
And obviously you're biased because St. Augustine's the greatest city of those 9.
Oh my goodness!
Yes. That's but this organization does an amazing job. I've been to Boston. I've been to the trolley in Savannah, the training, and I've been to some of your training programs and spoke there. It's incredible how you make that team effort work, and I've only seen that side of it in St. Augustine. How does somebody sitting in your position, I mean, you're the leader here, sitting in your position, keep the cast or whatever, are they called cast members?
We do. Kind of like this, a little bit different.
Yeah,
just kind of reminds us our role in the show.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone has to play the part. How do you keep them so motivated and moving forward? Because Rebecca and Maeve went to, and they saw Taylor Swift yesterday at Potter's Wax Museum and absolutely loved it. And they had a nice crew there. How do you keep everybody so motivated throughout the entire organization? Because you guys actually create an environment with your business, and that's hard to do.
It honestly comes down to the hiring process. One of the things, it sounds very cliche, but one of the things Historic Tours of America taught me to do in the early days was hiring. That was one of the first things they taught me. Only hire nice people. That's what I was told. Only hire nice people. Once you sit across,
no wonder I never worked there.
Get out of here. Plenty nice. Once you determine that the person sitting in front of you is a nice person, then yes, absolutely, take their job application, their resume, and make sure that you hire the best available person. And then also, I think like any good leader, hire good people. Get the heck out of their way and let them do what you hired them to do. So it just comes down to hiring people with big, giant servant hearts, because you can't train that. And then once you do, it just becomes contagious. Historic Tours of America has just become a employer of choice in the county. People want to work with us because they want to be a part of this thing that we do.
All right, and you're not just the trolleys. I mentioned Potter's Wax Museum.
Yeah.
What all do you do here besides the trolleys? Everybody knows the trolleys and sees the trolleys, but explain to everyone out there what else Old Town Trolleys is doing.
Sure. We also have the old jail, the oldest store museum experience, the St. Augustine History Museum. Our premier nighttime fright seeing tour, Ghosts and Gravestones. Everybody loves Ghosts and Gravestones. Of course, we've got our Nights of Lights tours coming up. The Old Jail After Dark, which is extremely popular, small group, paranormal, late night investigation of the old jail. And then we're also the operating partner, the managing partner for the City of St. Augustine Star Circulator.
So you handle that with the city also.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Night of Lights, because there's been so much discussion about Night of Lights.
Kathy will kill.
You got to hold that up.
Yes. The last thing I want to say about the jailbreak and why the jailbreak is so successful, not only, again, is it the most entertaining race in the city, we learned a long time ago, if you're going to have a race that people want to participate in, if you want your race to be successful, then you better have a good medal and a great T-shirt. People will literally decide whether or not they want to run in your race, if they like your medal and your T-shirt. And the HTA art department, they've never let us down. So this year we have another.
Actually, I'm going to
hold
it
that one.
because
Yes.
you're wearing black.
Yeah, you can't see it.
And it just blended in with you.
Can you see that?
So we're right there. So it is amazing. It is cool, and it's heavy.
Yeah, it's quality.
It's heavy. It is quality. This is metal. This is not plastic.
Whether it's the handcuffs
real.
or the skeleton key or now the ball and chain, we want to make sure, because a lot of the runners, will have one of those metal racks where they hang all their medals. We want to make sure that ours really jumps out at you.
Yeah, I had to set it down soft. I'm afraid it would break the table.
And the T-shirt this year, I think it's a charcoal black, very light, dry fit T-shirt, very soft with the metal on the front and all the sponsors on the back.
Yeah. So
great. All right, Knights of Lights.
Okay, Knights of Lights, and it's big for our city. It's you guys obviously are a huge part of participating in Knights of Lights. What does Knights of Lights mean? Because you guys do go all out, and you have the elf thing, which I've loved. We had Hermie last year.
We did.
And I think we had Reggie. Reginald was the other one. At the Renaissance. He got caught up in the tower.
He did get caught up in the tower.
He was parachuting. He got caught up in the tower. Sorry, Reggie, our tower was higher than you were expecting. But I mean, it's a fun little added thing. I just want to know, do you guys sit around and go, let's bring elves in? What's the process of, okay, we got to beat next year? And we do the same thing with how we decorate, with the Hilton and the Renaissance and the Best West. I mean, we try and beat last year's. Yeah. But what does that process look like? Is it just like 5 of you sitting in the room and going, how do we do it?
Yeah, I should start really writing down the really bad ideas.
Yeah, because there's always those.
Yeah, and most of them are for me.
Yeah.
So.
But, no, I've been in the room.
Yeah, So last year, we did a soft rollout with the elf hunt. Just as an added layer to give, both young and young at heart a different way to experience Nights of Lights. So now when you're enjoying this amazing thing that we've created here, we're looking for elves. Mm-hmm. We're looking for elves. Last year, as you mentioned, we did a soft rollout. That's how we do it. We did a soft rollout. See if the guests, if it was something that the guests would enjoy, and they really did. So we went to a company called American Christmas. They're huge all over the country, and we bought some bigger some animatronic elves.
Yeah.
And we're bringing that back this year. People absolutely loves it. We'll be hiding the elves in different areas, and people really like it. I think it's going to be a part of the annual tradition now.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if Hermie was going to be back this year. And hopefully Reggie doesn't get caught up parachuting.
We've got something better for you this year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Really cute.
I want the elves named.
Okay.
That's my only request is I want the elves named. So I mean, you guys are always creating and doing these things. Now, the trolleys and the traffic. Hopefully, the traffic is moving a little bit better. They have moved the bridge of King Street construction past January, but it also has to be a little bit challenging for you when your trolleys get caught up in some of the traffic. So I mean, I know you've been participating in a lot of the city meetings and those things. What is something to help the visitor with if they're coming to do the trolleys and coming to do the singing? What is something that can help them with that process and how you handle your process?
So we do our very best to try to share with our guests in advance, give them, a plan of where to go, where to park. And I think that's a big, part of it. One of the nice things about Nights of Lights for us, I mean, this is definitely something that people do come from all over the world to see, but I really see more of a regional audience. So it's one of the reasons. I mean, I love what I do. I'm out there, as you know, most nights, and I
Yeah,
love.
I mean, we try and go every single year as a family, and every time I walk up, you're like, you're the conductor and working every single night. So it has to take a lot of a toll on your staff a little bit.
And it really does. And it's since I've been here since 1991. Of course, the county's grown, quite a
little bit since '91.
But somehow it still retained that small town feel, to me. And what I mean by that is when I'm down there at Nights of Lights, I'm constantly being tapped on the shoulder by somebody that I know, or the parents of one of the kids that my kids go to school, with. There's just so many recognizable, locals that are coming out there. It's a big holiday tradition, for people. And that's one of the things that makes it extra special for me. Don't get me wrong. I love showing off our city to people that especially that have never been here before. But it's really, really cool to be part of, so many of our local families, start their holidays. That's what Nights of Lights is for a lot of people.
That's what it is. It kind of, and we do our fundraiser that you guys are the title sponsor of, with the light up night for Home Again, and you guys have been that title sponsor for I think the last 7 or 8 years.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but that's another organization. I mean, you would think the connection because of that is because of Nights of Lights with Historic Tours of America, but my connection with Home Again St. John's goes much deeper. Again. I was, at one point, homeless with my family. We had rent subsidies, growing up. So again, I'm just very grateful for what you and Home Again St. John's do and stands for.
Well, I mean, and it doesn't work, without all those partners. Like this doesn't work without all the partners, like what you guys do. We're able to get the news out, and our sponsors are the ones that kind of keep us able to show up and keep the lights on, and we're able to have 7 million cameras to get that news out. But with Home Again, it doesn't work without organizations like you, and that's the love of St. Augustine that I have. We have a $3 million facility with Veterans Village because of people like you. We have a $3 million facility on State Road 16 now because of the sponsors and the amazing volunteers that we have in the city. So I mean, you gotta love St. Augustine, and I think one of the things that you talk about your staff, and I know I'm sounding redundant here, but your staff is really, I mean, you guys have great leadership, but your staff is what really draws me to your company so strong. And go, when someone asks what's one of the best companies, I go to you guys almost immediately. Actually, I check off the list, and it's going to be the same people that are going to be at our Home Again event. Bozard Ford. My sponsorship list are the ones that are at every event, and that's what makes us strong. And groups like Inc. and the nonprofits here seem to work together, and don't feel it's a competition. They're always constantly helping each other, and
a really special place.
It really is, and I know our name of our network's the 904 now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have that because we're proud of that.
Sure.
When you go to these other cities and you have like national events and stuff like that, I mean, I could see me walking in there like I'm from St. Augustine. You wear it like a badge.
Yeah.
What is in your career? You've been here in '91. I remember you started on a horse trolleys when I think I met you.
Did all kinds of things, checking IDs at St. George's, tavern. I moved here when I was 18 years old. I didn't know anything.
Yeah, but I think I met you. You were driving a horse carriage.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
When I met you, it was before Old Town Trolley. So, your progression from where you were at with Old Town. When did you start with Old Town Trolley?
I just celebrated ready for this? I think it was my 21st anniversary in September.
Oh, wow.
21 years I've been with these guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And now I can't think of Old Town Trolley without you.
Oh, that's nice.
So I mean, Ed's also a friend, but I mean, when I think of Old Town Trolley, I think of Dave, and I think of Ed, and then the amazing crew. So,
Yeah, mate, you said something earlier. I mean, we really do own some really great historical, buildings. The trolleys, I mean, are beautiful. I mean, with all that being said, I mean, we are nothing without our cast. Our cast is really the secret sauce. These guys are so talented, and again, they understand just how precious the American vacation is. That time where families briefly, get together, spend time with each other. I mean, they understand that, and where that big servant heart comes in. When you carry as many people as we do, put through as many people as we do through our tours and attractions, things go wrong. And that's when our cast is so valuable. These guys stepping in, knowing the right thing to do to help get the guests' day back on track. So it can make sure that it's special for everyone.
All right. I want to again give a shout out to Jailbreak. I'm gonna do some. We're still not done.
Okay.
We got to do a couple other things. We got to give a shout out to the Jailbreak, which is taking place on October 25th. If you go to their website there with Inc.'s website, the promo code for the Jailbreak, type in 904. Save yourself 20% with that. It starts at the old jail and ends over on Volano, and it's a point-to-point race, which is always fun. Yep. I make fun of people. It's like, why would you run for 3 miles and still end up in the same place? But this one you don't. You end up you actually have a destination, and there's an adventure along the way. So it's one of those really, really cool races, and don't get caught. So we're excited to be a part of that, and we'll continue to push this out. Also, I want to say thank you because you've given me some giveaways to give to our watchers. This is a VIP experience for a family of 4. So over the next month or 2, I'll be giving these away for different handouts for our fans and our audience out there.
And Troy, these are extra special. I don't even get these. So these are good for up to 4 people. No reservations are required, and you get immediate front of the line boarding. They are very, very special. They're typically reserved for media and things like that. But later on, if remind me, I've got a promo code for our St. Johns County residents as well to save them some money too.
Well, we're going to have you back in before the Night of Lights, because I mean we got that starts on November 15th.
Yeah, well, yes, 15th is Light Up Night, and then of course we start on the 16th.
You start on the 16th with the tours and stuff like that. So we definitely will have you back in here, and always appreciate it. Aiden, how do you want to check the comments today, sir?
I'm going to wander whimsically through the wonderful world of wild comments.
All right. While Aiden is wandering whimsically, I'm going to tell you about the amazing people at B&S Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to B&S Signs, proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything from design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with B&S Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. All right, we got to talk about the Good Troy, and we're talking about the Good Troy at St. Augustine Handy House. Need a custom or prefab portable building that is built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises, and serving St. Augustine since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing. Lost my place there for a second. Visit them on State Road 16, Monday through Saturday, or give them a call at 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. All right, Aiden, what do you got in the comment section?
So first off, thank you, Tim. He's got Costco and Buc-ee's at $2.70. I saw a lot of people shouting out the staff for Old Town Trolley. I didn't see one bad thing about anybody. Everyone loves it there.
Oh, thank God.
So Inc. in the comments, they put the link to sign up for the Jailhouse Run. They also put the promo code, so check that out. I feel like that's what we got. People talking about the 2 highways that go through downtown. That was a discussion.
Okay.
Kind of not sure if they like it that much, but lots of shout outs to Old Town Trolley. And make sure to go into those comments and check out the link for the Jailhouse Run.
Where to register for the race.
Register and use that promo code.
All right, and now it's time for our Stoidum stat. And in 1982, Aiden, you're a little too young to remember this. In 1982, there was a Tylenol scare. Someone, and today's the day that the first 3 victims in Chicago lost their lives. There were 7 people lost their lives. Tylenol had to come off the shelves. And now Tylenol is back in the news again. But this scare, someone had put cyanide inside the capsules. You remember this?
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Put cyanide inside the capsules at Chicago. And on this day in history, the first 3 victims fell victim to that horrible, horrible person. And that is brought to us by St. Augie's Pizza, located downtown, right on the corner of Ryberry and MLK. Get yourself a slice tomorrow because they are closed today. We had a nice big old pie from Augie and the crew on Saturday. Wonderful, wonderful people over there. All right, Dave, this is where we do our plugs. Did we forget anything? And you need to plug anybody out there. Obviously, Inc. and check out everything that's out there and sign up for that race. But anything else we need to plug? Exciting stuff. You have Taylor Swift at Potter's, which is a newer exhibit, and it's really cool.
We do have Taylor Swift. We've got a big contest coming up for people going to the museum and taking their best photo with Taylor Swift. It may have something to do
I
with
wish
it.
we'd have known that because I know Rebecca would have tried. She's so competitive. She would have came up with something really crazy.
There's going to be a spa day for, I think it's up to 4 people at the Poseidon Spa at the Casa Monica, a lunch brunch at the Modern Rose, and then a professional photo shoot by local photographer Ed Taylor. Okay. So that's something that's coming up really, really soon.
Yeah.
And then also this year for the Nights of Lights judging event, which is our guests, actually anybody can vote for their favorite lighting displays. We're going to be adding 3 subcategories this year.
Okay.
Because it's been really hard to compete with our 3 winners.
Yeah.
Well, we have 3 or 4 winners because they just do such massive,
we put a lot of money in it.
Yeah. So we'll have
we put a lot of money into it.
So we're still gonna have our overall winners for second,
Okay.
third place, but then we'll also have best newcomer.
Okay.
So best newcomer, best bed and breakfast, and then I really like this one, best residence.
Oh.
And that'll be countywide because one of the things that I love doing, I wish I could, probably shouldn't give people's addresses over the on this in case they're not doing it this year, but there's so many really great big light displays that my family and we still kind of jump in the car and go and check out. So we want to make sure that those guys are getting the recognition they deserve.
Yeah, because they work hard for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They do it so people can see it and kids
so people
enjoy
can see it again.
Yeah.
More things for the locals.
Yeah. So, Aiden, do you have any plugs, sir?
Shout out St. Augustine High School. We beat Columbia last week. Should have watched the live stream Friday. We were, Josh and Ernest and I were there running it. So shout out to St. Augustine. Shout out to Samorian. He got a touchdown and a pick. He played both sides.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
He almost ran back that pick too.
Yeah, he almost did. He's an incredible player. You're lucky to have him at Miami. And then shout out Bollocks tonight. I'll be there. We'll be there. It's gonna be great.
And Lenny is back from his Chicago vacation, and Lenny's a little upset with me because the Cincinnati Reds made it in, and they knocked out the Mets. So actually, the Mets knocked themselves out because they didn't win yesterday.
Who's the kid from Bowles who got like?
The linebacker
touchdowns.
Well, the linebacker from Bowles, I think, is the player that might be committing to Ohio State.
The Ohio State guy is from Nice.
From Nice.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, from Bowles. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got like you got a bunch of touchdowns, like a crazy amount. Anyway,
I don't know. We beat Bowles. That was a good game. St. Augustine High beat Bowles. And that game was a really tight game.
My son got his first sack this week for Pedro Menendez.
Oh yeah, he got some TV time.
Yeah.
You and I were texting, and he got a little TV time on the St. Augustine thing. But great job, guys. Friday night, you guys really did do a great job. I have a shout out. Wednesday's show, we have a potential governor. He is a governor candidate coming in. Paul Renner will be in on Wednesday morning show. So if you can tune into that, we're excited about that one. But Dave, thank you always. Thank you for everything you guys do in the community. It's amazing. So you guys, we're wrapping up here. So don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to us on the YouTube. We still need more subscribers there. We'll be back at Bollocks at 5 o'clock. I'm going to do my Forrest Gump wave. Bye-bye.